You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. Well, he's younger than me, so he's a young man. You're a young man. A young man writes, "Oh, my name is Tom, and I've been a long-time viewer, reader, lifestyle admirer, Twitter follower, and overall well-wisher. Thank you. I'm 30 years old, and I suffer from a stutter which fluctuates in severity from barely even noticeable to something out of the movie The King's Speech. Aside from this, I have no other cognitive lifestyle impairments. I'm presently enrolled in an ongoing speech therapy program which has yielded me decent results, but the reality I'm faced with is I will never be a fluent speaker. There will likely always be situations where I will come off as, for the lack of a better term, an absolute fucking retard. I make good money as a welder. I work 52 hours a week, share a house with 3 other people, ride a bike to work, and have more money than the vast majority of people in my age range. I spend my time away from work, traveling the world, working out, looking at investment ideas for the future. My life is awesome except for the severe stutter, which is sort of like saying I'm disease-free except for the cancer. My problem, I'm running out of time until jobs like mine become automated, and my lack of verbal communication skills is going to leave me absolutely fucked. I am trying to offset this with as much as possible by continuing to rent accommodation and investing a significant portion of my income into my investment portfolio. I seem to have a knack for this shit as I'm up 26% year to date. Yeah, but what's the market up? Other than continuing to live modestly, investing well, and chipping away at speech therapy courses and improving my speech as much as I can, what do you suggest I do? Realistically speaking, I would say I've got 10 years or so until jobs like mine are on the decline due to the robotics and automation. All right, oh wait, you have some more. For what I understand, for what it's worth, I understand that welding might not seem like it's in particular danger of being automated, but my places of work have generally been assembly line factory settings, which are at high risk of robotics and automation. More importantly, it's not something I'd like to do forever, even if automation wasn't a problem on the horizon. Also, I don't know if you do this with all your videos, but please put the response on YouTube. All right, here's one. I don't believe that this automation thing is going to wipe out the jobs like they say it's going to. I think it's certainly going to replace some jobs, but this has been going on forever. This is a problem. Look into the Luddites, okay? Study up on that. But in the past, there's always been some, oh my God, we're getting rid of horse and buggies. Hello, Detroit. And then, fine, Detroit went away. Now what? Hello, IT. The economy's evolved and advanced, and so, but I don't see welding. Maybe your assembly line might get, I understand that, but then you just got to be a welder somewhere else. So so I wouldn't panic too much. I mean, go see if you can weld at a different type of shop, a repair shop where they don't have robots. Work on a ship, something. Because I still think welding is a pretty good trade. If that isn't enough, I only remember because it was so crazy sounding, and this will solve your stuttering issue, I'd imagine, is becoming an underwater welder. Or becoming some kind of highly skilled welder. But the underwater one was particularly, because you gotta get scuba and you gotta get the welding. And they maybe do have radio, but while you're blasting away and you're underwater, unless there's like an emergency, you gotta hit a button or something like that, or there's an actual tugging. I don't know how it works, but I would assume that would use your currently existing welding skills. You then go in scuba and you're kind of down there by yourself, so you're not talking. You're not really, you're laying, it's your tradesman, your craftsmanship that is in demand and not your words. Now I was thinking, okay, mechanics, if you seem to have more of a penchant for the trades. But if you're really worried about it and you don't want to be highly dependent upon it, then you're going to have to retool. And about the only thing that I can think of is things where your stutter would be the least of the employer's problems because you're surrounded by so many socially awkward males and nerds. I trust you. I mean, we're talking about things like body odor. Not to say all computer programmers have body odor. I'm not saying that. But there's some. You want to see a bunch of freaks? Go look at the Uber nerd departments of a programming company or a engineering company or something like that. And you'll be like, oh, well, maybe my stuttering would be the least of somebody's problems. So I was thinking kind of like programming. You write fine. That's what gave me the idea of programming. I'm like, well, it's kind of funny. You claim to have a stutter, and I'm sure you do. but it doesn't show up in your writing. You know, it's perfectly fine. So your programming plus that kind of gets you out of welding, and you're not bad. I understand you don't always want to do a trade because, you know, us men get old and it is back-breaking work, or at least it's not terribly easy on the body. So that'd be something. Accounting, I mean, my God, have you seen how nerdy Chad Elkins is? Oh, no, he's not bad. But accounting is another one. Okay, go into your little office over there and crunch some numbers. Maybe you gotta write a report, or maybe you gotta talk every once in a while. But ultimately, skill-wise, you don't really need to converse that much with it. I know the communication is very important. It's like, yeah, but you get a CPA or something like that. I'll throw you in there. And then the final thing I thought about is you're going to have trouble with interviews. That's your biggest hurdle right there. So I think that's going to be the problem, especially if you're talking to some 28-year-old ditz who doesn't know jack and doesn't know about stuttering. And is just freaked out by a slightly older man stuttering. But I looked it up, and stuttering is covered under the ADA. It's considered a disability. Now, I'm not saying go collect disability. I'm not saying that. You don't sound like the type that could do it either. You got too many other things going on. But what I would do is not necessarily sell yourself short, because you could be the affirmative action hire. Mark disabled on your application. That will accelerate it through the process. And they find out, well, what is it? Why stutter? It's like, dude, we got a guy who won't wipe after he shits. We had to have a talk to him about it, but he's the greatest C# programmer we got. Come over here with your stuttering problem. Not that it's going to be like that. Not that you're going up against guys who don't wipe their asses. I'm just saying you might want to go, definitely check the disability box, because that is a disability legally, and I would say so as otherwise. Sure, keep going to therapy, no doubt about it. But it may not be that bad that you do it. But your handicaps are handicaps. You got to work around them. So we still have to look at the real world and what's in demand. And you know this already. You've tuned into the show. You know what's going on. You're looking at your STEMs. You're looking at your ITs. You're looking at accounting. And there you almost have to go on to get a CPA. The trades, which I know you kind of maybe want to phase out of. But it's, you know, you're still gonna if you don't want to do welding, you're gonna have to go back and get some kind of training. And unfortunately, if you want to get out of the trades, that means you can't get training. You're gonna have to go to school. And school fucking sucks. But if you're gonna do that, I'd be looking, programming, kind of the nerd world. Not to hide your stuttering, you know, obscure it with a bunch of nerds hanging around you, but just because it's programming and it's physically easy, and you don't have to talk that much. So yeah, I would just kind of reevaluate the different educational options within STEM and all that other stuff. I like the underground welding idea, but you probably have a better idea. You're in the industry. You know what other certifications you could get that you would get a bump in pay. I know the stuttering will be a problem, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem if you start applying. So anyway, I wish I had like, hey, here's the answer for you. Holy cow! Hopefully, maybe some people down in the comments section have an idea, or they know someone. Oh yeah, go do this. You know, contact to a stutter support. And there's got to be one. There's got to be a stutter support group. Say, hey, what do we do for job? I mean, talk to your therapist, or the people that are in the I don't know, class, or is it one-on-one therapy? Go ask around. Say, what do we do for jobs? What do we do? This asshole gave me some ideas, but I thought I'd ask another source. And because they're there, they would know. They'll have an idea. But yeah, I don't think you're going to become a pastor or replace Anderson Cooper at CNN. All right, that's it. You guys got questions? Go to assholeconsulting.com, where I, America's older brother, blah, blah, blah. You give me the money, the shit and the stuff and the things and the hoo-ah and the hoo-wee. All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.